Hello, and welcome to the floor of my bedroom and 10,000 Stitches podcast. My name is Andy, and I'm glad you guys are here, and I'm glad I'm here. It's been a little while. I've sat down a couple of times to try and record podcasts, and I've actually made it through the recording part every single time. It just seems to be that the editing and posting part is where things seem to be getting hung up. So we're going to give it a go again. Maybe this one makes it live, maybe it doesn't. Who knows? But yeah, I'm not going to try and catch everyone up on everything I've been up to because a lot of it's just, I don't know, maybe that's why I've been having a hard time because I feel like I'm not knitting interesting things these days. And I know that like you can't always be knitting interesting things and that like that's not pressure that I should be putting on myself, but like it, you know, just because you can say like, well, you shouldn't be putting that pressure on yourself doesn't mean I don't feel it. So yeah. Anyway, sorry, the bedroom door was creaking. But yes, I don't feel like I've been knitting interesting things, which has probably been contributing to making it hard to want to record, but I figured today I would show you guys sort of a failed FO, like an FO that is done, and I don't plan on frogging it, but I also am not super happy with it and don't really wear it. And then I'll show you my current whip and talk about something else that's coming up. All of these are garments, which I know, right? Like big departure for me. If you follow me on Instagram, which whether you do or don't, that's totally cool. If you want to follow me, my handle is Purlbug, Purlbug. If you follow me on Instagram, I posted yesterday, again for the first time in almost a year, a picture of a couple of like what I was calling ankle warmers, and they're basically toeless socks. Like if you look up like pedicure socks on Ravelry, that'll give you an idea of kind of what I made. But I'll try and put a picture in here so you can get a visual of what they were. But and that's because I've been having some problems with my feet lately that I'm pretty sure is entirely sort of my own doing. And a lot of it stems from wearing shoes that are too narrow, right? So I typically wear Converse because they fit my like pretty narrow heel. But the problem is that Converse are also fairly narrow in the toes. And so when I try to walk in them, I can like feel my foot pressing up against the side of the shoe just standing there. And so that means that when I'm walking in it, like if you think like if this is like my foot, right? So like big toe, pinky toe, right? Whenever you walk and you put your foot down, your toes kind of want to spread out. Like that contributes to like some stability and that's like some shock absorption. And so if your feet are being confined by your shoes and they can't do that, they can put like pressure on like, you know, stuff in your feet that can then start hurting. And so I'm pretty sure that's what's been happening. Obviously I can't really go to a doctor right now to figure it out, but like based on my online research and sort of the way that my symptoms align with what other people are reporting, I'm pretty sure that's all it is. So that means that like my shoes are causing me pain. It also means that my socks are causing me pain. Like I can wear most of my commercial socks. So as you guys know, I have some laundry right here. So Bombas are sort of my favorite brand of commercial socks. And these I can wear sort of around the house. If my feet are not otherwise confined, I can wear the Bombas okay because, you know, they're commercial and they're pretty stretchy, right? Like they have a lot of lateral stretch to them. So like these guys I can wear okay. I have a couple pairs of like Gap little no-show socks that I can wear okay because they're very thin so they don't really hold my feet in. But if I try to wear a hand knit pair of socks, of which I have one right here. So if I try to wear a hand knit pair of socks, right, they don't have quite so much like lateral stretch because you make them with so much negative ease because they don't stretch very much. And so I basically can't wear my hand knit socks right now, which is sort of a bummer and like a real blow to the ego for like a sock knitter. Like I'm hoping that once this kind of all clears up, I'll be able to wear hand knit socks again, but I just may never be able to wear hand knit socks again, like that go over my toes. And so like that's like really been doing a number to my self-esteem. And this has been going on for, I don't know, maybe like a month or so on and off. So yeah, that's why we're not gonna talk about socks right now because I'm just trying to not think too hard about socks right now. And I'm just trying to accept that like this might be my reality now, that like maybe those toeless socks are what I will have to wear from now on. I don't know, but yeah, that's a whole different story. And yeah, so let's talk about some other stuff. So the FO I wanted to show you guys is my I think it's the Harvest sweater. This is a free pattern by Tin Can Knits. This is sort of like the culmination of the sort of like basics collection I think that they have. And so it's an open front cardigan. And basically what you do is you cast on the neckband first. So you cast on this garter neckband and you knit however many rows, I forget, and then you turn it and you pick up along the edge of it, and so that's sort of this ridge here is sort of where you picked up along the back of that neckband, and then you sort of, you know, knit the rest of the way, you know, top down, classic sort of raglan sweater. So it's a raglan shaped sweater, and it's got this, you know, big thick neckband that you're knitting along with it. And otherwise it's pretty basic. It's got garter at the bottom and at the bottoms of the sleeves. So it's nice, no ribbing. So yeah, I knit this pretty much 2 pattern if I remember correctly. I think I knit this with a US 7, which is a 4.5 millimeter needle, and the yarn is Lion Brand Woolies, and I do not remember the colorway. Rose Heather maybe? It's sort of this like light pink color. And so let's talk about why I don't really wear this. So I like this sweater in theory. My problems with it are sort of my own creation. So I really wanted to make sure that I had long sleeves for this. So like what I wound up doing was I actually wound up knitting the sleeves first and then finishing the body. So like I got to the sleeve separation, I put the body on a holder, and then I did the sleeves right away, which I know some people really like doing that so they don't get stuck on Sleeve Island. I hated doing that. Like I don't know why, but I absolutely hated knitting the sleeves before the body. But the reason that I wanted to do that was because I knew that I didn't have enough yarn for this. Like I knew that I was going to be a little bit short, and I decided that I wanted long sleeves rather than a long body. I figured, you know what, I can do a cute little cropped body, especially because it's open front. I figured like I have to be wearing something underneath it, so like maybe that'll be okay. So the sleeves are plenty long. I'm kind of wearing a sweatshirt right now, but I can definitely try this on over it. So one thing I have about this is I think I either would have knit a size smaller or maybe a needle size smaller, because the sleeves are not just long, like they're as long as I want them to be, but they're also just like, I don't know. It doesn't look as baggy now because of course I'm wearing long sleeves underneath it, but the sleeves are a little bit baggy. But my real problem is that it's cropped and it makes it sort of boxy. So like, it's this sort of, you know, it's meant to be sort of straight down. It has no waist shaping. And so it's, because it's cropped, it becomes this very boxy sort of fit that I just don't think is completely flattering on me. So I did some short rows to make the back a little bit longer. So like, at least there's that. But I feel like it's not a super flattering look on me. And I don't know, like it doesn't matter if it is or is not flattering. I don't feel like it is, and so that really hinders me from wearing it. Also, this color is perhaps not the color that I would normally choose. Something that I think might fix it is if I had a shawl pin and I could sort of pin the front shut. I think that would help a lot. I think that would definitely make me feel better about it. But yeah, sort of as it is, I don't tend to reach for it. Like I said, I'm not gonna frog it because it's like, I know that it's not a lost cause. I know that if I just had a shawl pin, it would be fine. Or I could definitely take it in and make it like my leave at work sweater, and that would also be fine. So it's not like I will never wear it, but I don't feel super fondly about it, so that's kind of a bummer. It's nothing to do with the pattern. I think the pattern is great, and especially like if you haven't knit a sweater before, I think it's a great pattern, and I definitely think I would try knitting it again with maybe some modifications. But yeah, this one I just feel sort of meh about. Also, I'm not sure that I love woolies. It's 80% acrylic, 20% wool. So it's sort of, you know, big box bargain yarn. And I like it because it's warmer than acrylic. Like it sort of, you know, has like that wooliness that makes it warmer than acrylic. And the colors are a little bit more interesting than straight up acrylic. It's cheap for one thing. Like I got this like, I don't know, like this sweater's quantity of yarn cost me maybe $30 because I snagged a bunch of balls on sale. So like, that's nice. It's machine washable, but like the thing that drives me nuts, so it's machine washable, but it sheds like crazy. Like especially the lighter colors, like this light pink sheds everywhere. So it's like, you know, you machine wash it, but like then you just have like fluff everywhere. Like you better not wash it with anything black or it's just gonna be covered in pink fluff. So I'm not super crazy about that, but like, especially after washing it, like it does soften up a fair amount. Like it's not as if it's like super rough, because it feels really rough on the ball, in the ball. And I would say that after washing it, I mean, if you're super sensitive to wool, I still wouldn't recommend it, but like it's not the worst thing ever after washing it. But I would probably, I don't know, like I said, I snagged this yarn on sale, and I snagged a bunch of other woolies on sale, which you'll see more of it in just a second. But I think once I use that up, I probably wouldn't buy more. Like it's been interesting to experiment with, and especially because I don't tend to buy a lot of worsted weight yarn, it was, you know, a good idea to buy it. But I feel like I would either rather work with like just straight up acrylic, which like gasp shock, I know, but like acrylic has its place. And I have a couple of sweaters. I have one sweater that's actually in the wash right now that is 100% acrylic, and I love it. I wear it all the freaking time. Like, I mean, I know that like as a knitting podcaster, I'm not supposed to like acrylic, but like it has its place. Like, and the fact is, like, so I'm wearing this sweatshirt right now. This is from Old Navy. This is like 100% polyester. Like, I don't know that polyester is that much better or worse than acrylic. Like, I'm wearing leggings right now. They're like 100% polyester. Like, yes, I would prefer to have natural fabrics, but like, damned if you do, damned if you don't. Like, I need to be able to machine wash things, and acrylic can do that, and it holds up well, and it doesn't shrink, and it doesn't pill terribly, and it doesn't shed. So like, I don't know. I don't know. If you like acrylic, use acrylic. That's all there is to it. But anyway, so I'd rather probably knit with like straight up acrylic, or knit with like, I don't know, like either fingering weight yarn held double, or like maybe like Felice worsted. I really want to try the Felice worsted because I like Felice sock yarn, and so I'd be interested to try Felice worsted. I do want to knit like a sweater out of just like straight up fingering weight held double, but anyway, I'm getting ahead of myself. So this is sort of my failed sort of FO, which, you know, it's, again, not a total fail, but just not, it's not perfect. It's not something I would buy. Let's put it that way. I would not buy that even if I saw it on the clearance rack for like $5. I would not buy that sweater. But, you know, I'm glad that I made it. I'm glad I had the experience of doing it, and I'll get some wear out of it eventually. So there's that. Sometimes we have those. So, all right, so on to my whip, which is also being made with Lion Brand woolies. This is in the, I think like oat or something colorway. I don't know, it's sort of the cream color. I like this cream color. Like, I like that it's sort of, I don't know, it's got like a little bit of dimension to it. You can't see it as well on video, but like it does have like, it's like a dark undertone to it, which sounds really weird, but like there's like gray undertones, and I like it. It's, again, not a color that I would necessarily buy a sweater in sort of like a cream color, but I think I will be very happy once I finish it. So this one is going to be a pullover. So this is the third time I am knitting the, I don't remember the name of it. It's the Simple Tweed Summer Top-Down V-Neck something. I'll put the name somewhere along the bottom. And it's a free pattern, and I forget who it's by. Again, I'll put it somewhere along the bottom here. But this is my third time knitting it because I love this pattern. It is exactly what I want for like a pullover sweater. And this is, so the sweater that I was talking about that's in the wash right now, same pattern. And so I have modified the pattern to be a deeper V-neck because the way the pattern is written, the V-neck maybe is like sort of like this, which I find I don't like quite as much. It's sort of, I knit the first time, I knit it that way, and it's fine because that sweater is just like a wear around the house sweater. But like, I find that if I am sort of choosing to knit a V-neck or choosing a V-neck, I would rather have the V be a lot deeper, knowing that I'll have to like wear a tank top or a t-shirt underneath it. So this one you can see is going to be very deep. So like this, it's definitely low enough that I have to wear something underneath it. But that's okay because I just find that it's a lot more flattering to have that deep V-neck, especially because the sweater itself is going to be kind of oversized. And again, I know this because I've already knit one exactly this way. So this is being knit, like I said, out of Lion Brand Wool Ease, and this is being knit on a US 7. I'm finding that sort of like US like 6 and 7 is sort of my sweet spot for worsted weight yarns. So that's good to know. But yeah, so I am down into the body on this. I will probably need to knit at least I don't know, this distance again before I finish it off. This one, I'm learning a couple lessons from the last one that I knit like this, which I will try and insert a picture of me wearing the other one so you guys can sort of see how it fits. Again, it's sort of this big, baggy, oversized, like sweatshirty type of sweater, which I love. I think it's perfect, and I think because it's so simple, it doesn't look, I don't know, like it certainly is not like classy or anything. Like I couldn't wear it to like something really nice, but like it feels elegant in its simplicity, I feel like. And so, you know, while it sort of fits and wears like a big baggy sweatshirt, I feel like it looks nicer than a big baggy sweatshirt. So I really like it. So this one, the like gripes that I have about the last one is that I basically just knit it straight down, knit the cuff, bound off. And I'm realizing that like, while it's fine, I would kind of prefer to maybe just have like an extra like inch or so along the back. So I think on this one, I'm going to knit a couple short rows right before I do the hem and just sort of like drop the back just a little bit. Like I don't want it to be like a high-low hem or anything. I just want a little bit of extra space to drop the back down just so that I feel like I'm not, you know, I don't know, showing anyone anything they don't want to see. So I think I'm going to do that. I think another thing I'm going to try with it, so like you probably saw in the pictures, or maybe I'll put them back up now, you can see that again, I made the sleeves very long on that one, just like I did for this one, because I was kind of going through this phase of like, hey, it turns out that I don't hate long sleeves. I just hate sleeves that aren't long enough for me. So like, you know, this shirt again, I finally managed to buy a shirt that has long enough sleeves. So it turns out I don't actually hate long sleeves. I hate long sleeves that sort of hit me like right about here. Like if these sleeves were like this long, that drives me nuts. I absolutely hate that. I can't stand it. But the downside about long sleeves is that they get in the way of everything. And especially nowadays when I'm washing my hands all the freaking time. And in my hand knit sweaters where maybe the cuffs aren't as tight as like a store-bought sweater, I can't, when I pull the sleeves up, they don't tend to want to stay up. And so especially like if I'm like cooking or something like that, I just get really annoyed at having sleeves in my way. So I'm gonna try, I think with this one, making the sleeves sort of maybe come down to like about here. So I want them definitely past the elbow, but not, you know, into the like bracelet length territory. Like I sort of want them to maybe extend, you know, about, so that's where sort of like the pit of my elbow is. So I would sort of want them to maybe come down to about there. Like just past sort of the meatiest part of like my forearm and to where it starts to taper down. And I think maybe that's what I'll try and see how I like that, especially because the Woolies is pretty warm. I think it should be okay, but who knows, maybe I'll hate it, I don't know. But I think that's what I'm gonna try. I'm also gonna try, I think, instead of doing the edging on this one in a 2x2 rib, which is what I did last time, I think I might try like maybe like a 1x1 garter rib. I just think that might add like a little flair and pizzazz to it. I don't know, we'll see. But yeah, I'm really, really enjoying this. It's like a nice, plain, simple, basic vanilla knit. And like I said, this pattern is becoming one of my favorites because it is exactly what I'm, you know, looking for. And it's just so easy and so basic, and I love it. So awesome. I'm even thinking about making a couple of these for like summer out of maybe like I know Knit Picks has is it Cotlin? It's like a cotton linen blend. It's like a DK weight. I feel like that would be kind of cool to have like a sort of like a summer sweatshirt, like a really lightweight summer sweatshirt. So maybe I'll do that too. I don't know. But yeah, so that's sort of what I'm working on mostly right now. I'm trying to resist casting on too much else until I get this done, because like I know that if I just focus on this, I will get it done relatively quickly. And then the next thing I want to make after I get done with this is sort of the carrot that's like dangling in front of me, is there's a vest, and I cannot for the life of me remember the name. So again, I'll put the name somewhere down around here. I don't remember who the designer is. I don't remember any details about it. I mean, I know what it looks like, but so I'll put the name and the designer, and I'll try and put a picture of it up on the screen so you guys can see what it looks like. But it's this sort of vest, and it's, you know, almost like a cardigan type vest, like it's, you know, split down the front. I don't, it closes along the front. So and it has this like really beautiful, like big, like chunky, like I'm here ribbed collar, which like I don't know if I've ever talked about this before, but like I am living for statement collars. Like you may not know it, but to look at me, but I love a statement collar if there's not too much else going on. So I love the like the collar. I love the little pockets. Like it has like little pockets that are actually sort of like the pockets on here. So like, you know, little pockets. And I don't know, I really love it. I've never really been a vest person, but like I look at that vest and I'm like, I could see myself wearing that vest. Like I could easily see myself popping that on over like a long sleeve t-shirt or like a button down or something. And, you know, maybe it becomes like my work thing that like I wear at work to keep warm. I don't know. Like I've never really looked at a vest and been like, yeah, I see where that would fit in my wardrobe. But like that vest, I look at it and I'm like, yes, I see where that vest will be in my wardrobe. So that's the next thing I want to cast on. I have this really beautiful, it's 100% acrylic. It's like Lion Brand, I don't know, Pound of Love or something. Again, I got it really cheap on sale. And I think the color was like Bordeaux. It's like this really deep, like red black color. And I just love it. I absolutely love it. And I think it will look beautiful with that vest. So I think that's what I'm going to use to knit it up with. And so, yeah. And I think what I'm going to do with that one is, I know it's written to have snaps on it, but I don't really see myself as like a snaps kind of person. Like, you know, but I look at it and I'm like, that should have a zipper on it. Like, I think I'm going to put a zipper on it, which will be the first time I've ever put a zipper in anything hand knit. But you know what? I can figure it out. I can do it. I'm an intelligent person. So yeah, I think I'm gonna plan on that one having a zipper in it. And I know other people have put zippers in it, so it's not as if it's impossible, but yeah, I think that's gonna be my plan. So that's something that I'm really, really excited to knit. And again, I'm using that as sort of motivation to get myself to finish this guy up, because I know that this won't take very long. I just need to stay focused on it. So yeah, that's what I've been knitting. As for the rest of my life, I don't know, things are crazy, things are ridiculous. Like, I have still been going to work. My work has been largely unaffected by the whole pandemic thing. I know Wesley, like he's been working from home, but he's still been working, you know, for continuously. I've still actually been going into work because my work, while they're giving us the option to work from home if we want, it really puts a strain on sort of the IT system. So, you know, if we can go into work, obviously that's preferable. And for me, I would kind of rather go into work. I do not like the whole working from home thing. If I liked it, I would have chosen to work from home. I don't choose to work from home, so I would rather go into work, and I kind of like the separation of, you know, my work life and the rest of my life. So yeah, you know, that's sort of been somewhat unaffected. I've been, you know, just busy with work and busy with new house stuff. Like, I know we've been living here for, I don't know, more than 6 months now, but it feels like it's still like really new, and it just feels like I still haven't adapted to like everything that has to get done, like living in a house of my own. So that's been a lot. Like I don't know, there's been a lot of adulting, and I just, there are some days when I'm like, I just feel like I'm totally failing at like being an adult, which I know is like the state of being an adult, but yeah, it doesn't make it any easier knowing that. So yeah, but Wesley's been hard at work out in the garage building his workshop. I don't remember if I ever talked about this, but part of the motivation for the house was we wanted a 3-car garage so Wesley could have a workshop in the 3rd stall of the garage. And so he's been working on that. So we've been, you know, buying up a bunch of power tools for him, and he's actually right now working on getting a workbench built. So maybe once he gets that built and gets the garage cleaned up a little bit, he can give you guys a tour of sort of his workshop if you guys are curious. But yeah, I mean, otherwise, like, life is as normal as it possibly can be right now. Like, I know that we're very lucky in that, like, we do get to have a fairly normal life, and that both of us are still working right now, and we don't have to worry about that kind of stuff. But yeah, I don't know. It's, pandemic aside, I feel like I've just been sort of in this mode of like, I don't know, very stressed out. Like, why can't I get a break? Just, I don't know, for like a year now, which again might just be being an adult, but yeah, I can definitely tell that like I need a vacation. I'm desperately wishing for summer, which I know as soon as summer comes I'm gonna be like, why did I say that? Like, that was such a dumb thing. but like it's been very rainy and gross here for like weeks now. Like we got this like little tantalizing hint of like summer, where it was like really nice for a couple of days and like really warm and just amazing. Like we actually had to turn the air conditioning on like 1 or 2 days. And this was like, I don't know, like 2 or 3 weeks ago. And it was like, yes, yes. And now it's just been like rainy and gross. And like today, again, we have the heat back on and it's just like, come on, Alabama, like get it together. I just want nice weather. So yeah. Also, my hair's gotten really long. I know it's been a little while since you guys have seen me, so my hair has gotten very long now. I'm only wearing it down because I washed it today, so I've been realizing, I'm like, I don't know how like ladies who have long hair and wash their hair more than once a week, I don't know how they do it, because washing this takes me forever and it's like so gross. Like ladies who have long hair or guys who have long hair who are watching, I can't be the only one that like when I'm washing my hair, right, you just like, you pull your hands out and they're just like covered in hair that's just like, you know, like the hair that you're shedding, and it like grosses me out, even though it's like my own hair, and like I still am just like, oh. I absolutely hate that. I like, this is like one of the things that's like kept me from having long hair before, no joke, is like I get so grossed out washing my own hair that I'm just like, forget it, I'm cutting it all off. But I think I'm getting over it, and I'm definitely to the point now where like I can easily pull it all up and, you know, have it be in a ponytail and just be like no fuss. Like I think at this point my hair is actually easier to take care of than if it was short, because like now I have the option of like, I'll just put it up in a ponytail all day. This is fine. So yeah, and like most days I wear it up. I rarely wear my hair down because it's just, there's a lot of it, and it's just, it's kind of at that like awkward, like it's right in my collar length, and I don't particularly like that. And it's like not really, I can't really do anything interesting with it right now because it's like at an awkward length. So yeah, most days it just goes up into a ponytail, but you know, it's getting long, so that's sort of weird. But yeah, I think that's probably going to be it. Fingers crossed that I can actually get this edited and posted. Another thing that's been very annoying lately is my computer apparently is dying. Like the battery will not hold a charge anymore, so that's super fun. So I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do about that, but it'll be fine for today, but I do need to start thinking about a long-term solution for that, so who knows. But that's going to be it. Thank you so much for joining me, and if you've hung around without any sort of peep from me for this long, thanks for hanging around, and we'll see if I can make this a more regular thing. No promises, but lots of hopes. So yeah, I hope everyone's staying healthy and safe, and you know, doing the thing that you're supposed to be doing, which is not doing things with other people. And yeah, we're all in this together, and we're all going to get through this together. So I will see you guys again next time. Bye.